Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Sports Tea. Let's see who we have here in the chat. Let's see. Nobody's here yet. Oh, it looks like nobody's commenting yet. Well, I just want to start off by thanking you guys for joining me tonight. So I just want to salute to everyone that's already here. And I also want to take a moment to shout out our members that help the channel to grow and expand. So happy Sunday. We actually have some new members, it looks like. That's right. Yes, we do have some new members. I do want to shout out Brenda, Reginald McLendon, Lewis Matthews, V Dub, Saeed Gore, Zeno Omega, Spurs Ann, Ron Whitehead, Blanco Smoke, Carl for President Anthony, Force Ghost Fabio, Yazid Yer Bay, T Burt, Relax and Focus, All Gravy, WW, Neil Howlett, Von Chris Cordova, KM, Big Al Master Chief, Mikey Brass, Sports Facts, Christopher Baldwin, Right Hand Cam, and It's Not That Serious. I also want to take a moment to thank the members who showed up today earlier and jumped on StreamYard with me for our members only discussion. It was really awesome. You know, I love talking about sports with you guys. You guys are just amazing. We have like seriously the best community here. So thank you guys. Hey, Pizza Time, Mellow S, T Burt, K Flashy. I'm sure you guys weren't expecting me to be on time tonight. SGR 7th, Sean, shout out to you. Salute. Hey, Wise Guy, Ace of Rage. Shout out to the moderators. You guys really hold me down every night. Nick T. You know it. Blazers are the worst team in the damn league. Danny Season. KO. William Wright. Nice to see you guys. Lee Kinney. You know, got to start correcting some behaviors someday. Shout out to Man Down Sports. Mr. James. Swan Daily. 80s Baby. All right, guys. Why don't we get started? So as you can see from the thumbnail, tonight we're going to discuss the Laker game. Before we get into it, if everyone can just do me a quick favor and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, that would be really amazing. Obviously, the Lakers won tonight, guys. But you know I'm not ducking the smoke. And a win is a win, especially when LeBron James wasn't even on the floor. So JJ Redick spoke before the game. He reported LeBron's injury, and he was indirectly asked why LeBron is hanging on for dear life and not retiring. Like I said, indirectly. I want to play this soundbite for you guys, and then we'll get into what happened in the game and check out the box score. But here's what JJ had to say when they mentioned retirement.
All right, let's hear from JJ Redick. He's speaking with Mike in the media.
JJ had that big second quarter, and you mentioned it at halftime, you know, Ruiz stretch and then kind of D'Lo, and you went to D'Lo early in the third when things started. It seemed like they went the other way. What was important with him in the offense and kind of stabilizing things tonight?
Yeah, I thought there's a few things there, you know, just half-court shot creation, have another ball handler out there, really wanted to play in the middle of the floor tonight. They have some young guys that really try to pressure you, and didn't feel like playing on the side was good. Didn't feel like playing in the post really was good either, because they flood with that low guy and they're disruptive. Kamara's like Dyson Daniels or some of these other guys we played recently that just kind of get you out of your flow offensively if you are stagnant. So we wanted to just play in the middle of the floor. But I thought,
Uh-oh, guys, that was not the right soundbite. I'm so sorry. Let me play the right one for you guys. It was, hold on.
Good, like Oklahoma City at home, you live with those results, and you
Here, let me fast forward a little bit.
lift more weights or shoot more shots or something like that.
why are we getting stagnant? Like you can look at things, and as a player, was really proved to me when I played in Philly. You're only as good as your last performance. And you guys can do it or not. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter.
Retirement has been kind of a hot button topic around you guys this year. I was just wondering for you as a player, if you can kind of pinpoint or remember the moment that you realized it was coming sooner than maybe you would like, and also what it was like to reckon with that when playing basketball is such a huge part of your identity.
Yeah, I'd say there's two moments. The first, again, my situation was, or my retirement, not my situation, but my retirement was quickened because of COVID and because of dealing with my Achilles injury my last year. Being away from my family for 8 months and not being able to perform at a high level, and then facing a pretty lengthy recovery from a potential heel shaving and Achilles repair. That's a big reason why. But the two moments were very early in my last year, calling my parents on New Year's and just being emotional and talking to them and being like, I just want to get in my car and drive back to New York. And my mom said, why don't you? And I said, because I can't let go. It's hard. It's hard. It's a big part of your identity. But then the moment that I realized that it was over, I was in Dallas, and during that season, I'd only really seen my family for about 4 or 5 days. It was like 3 different occasions. And one of them was they came to Dallas, and Rick got word that they were in town for the weekend. We had a Saturday, Sunday back-to-back. So I go through shoot around Saturday, and I get back to the apartment, and I'm getting ready to hang. I think we were going to the Science Museum or something. And Rick calls me, and he's like, hey, I just got wind your family's in town. You're probably not going to play tonight. And I know you haven't seen them. Why don't you just take them out to dinner? And I said, Rick, you're a real one. I appreciate it. I hung up the phone, started crying. I was like, I'm done. If it's at this point, I'm done.
Yeah, JD.
Okay. So again, and they weren't asking him about LeBron, but they were saying, hey, there was a lot of chatter surrounding retirement, and they're trying to get to that. They're trying to indirectly ask him about, like, how should LeBron know when it's time to retire? And honestly, I care less about JJ Redick's answer and more about what he didn't say. So I can't let go. He said that line, I can't let go. That's a real thing that athletes face. I remember feeling that way even in high school. In college, once you stop doing something that you're known for doing, that you feel super accomplished in doing, you feel like you're not really sure what your next step is. There's a sense of uncertainty. You feel like maybe you're just going to lose your whole identity. I think he even said that as well. He talked about, not really, losing your identity. If you were the man on your basketball team in high school and suddenly you go to college and you're on the bench, that's not a good feeling. Same thing in college. You go from being a champion or the star on your team to being a dud in the pros. That's a tough transition. But for LeBron to grow up in the NBA, coming into the league at 18 years old, that's a big deal, right? That's a lot to give up. Having everything orchestrated and manufactured for you, it's hard to actually be in touch with reality. All LeBron knows is being a sports hero, the face of the NBA, and a superstar in this league. Not to mention if LeBron is caught up in Balco or any doping or PEDS allegations, retirement hurts the power he has to block that truth from coming out. There's also truly almost no incentive for other parties to keep that truth hidden and buried as well. Also, sometimes when you refuse to leave a sport, like Lance Armstrong, people get angry. Maybe they want revenge for losing to you because they feel like you cheated. So they expose you and go on a campaign to ruin you and strip you of every accolade and every accomplishment you ever had in the sport. Hopefully, LeBron has all of those kinds of loose ends buttoned up and he can retire in peace. That's my hope for LeBron. But moving on to the actual game, LeBron sat out with foot soreness. He can't actually play the 82 games he promised. Of course, they're going to make it a big deal that he even played this many games without taking a break. But we know that foot soreness is not a damn injury. Get on the floor or retire, LeBron. This is straight bullshit. Load managing to get to what? A first round knockout or potentially not even make the damn playoffs? Miss us with the bullshit, please. It's exhausting. But when we go ahead and take a look at the box score, there's some things that I notice here. So let's take a look at the actual box score. It's clear to me. If you guys are looking at this, it's pretty clear to me that the Lakers don't actually need LeBron James. In fact, he's basically dead weight on the court. They decreased their turnovers. If you take a look, they had 11 turnovers in this game. They've been averaging anywhere from 18 to 20 turnovers a game. So that means they decreased their turnovers by about 30 to 50%. There were several games that LeBron had 5 to 6 turnovers, which is just damaging for any team when a player is turning the ball over and conceding points on those turnovers. That's even worse. Anthony Davis was the leading scorer, as he should have been. Then you had Rui Hachimura that came up big in the game as well. D'Lo also dropped almost 30 points. Look at what happens when LeBron is not on the floor. The ball was moving and swinging tonight. Guys played more free without him on the floor. They had more confidence because they knew that they are being given an opportunity to play their game without LeBron James on the floor, hogging up all the air and standing around on defense and offense. One of the biggest things I noticed, and if we take a look at the individual box score, one of the biggest things that I noticed is that the Lakers had at some point a 20-point lead. And so then JJ Redick decides to put Bronny, the purse snatcher James, and Quincy Oliveri, Clutch Sports' latest victim, in the game. Quincy put up 3 shots and made 1 3-pointer. Shout out to Quincy. Bronny took 2 shots and missed both of them. So he comes out of this game with 0 points. And I just want to show you guys where Bronny took these shots. This is really important. Okay? So I thought heading into this game, heading into pretty much every game that Bronny James has played, I thought that Bronny was just farsighted. I just thought that he had an issue with seeing from distance. I'm sorry. I actually thought that he was nearsighted and that he couldn't see from distance. But now what I'm realizing is that he has a farsighted issue. I thought he just couldn't hit a 3 to save his life. But he just can't shoot the ball from anywhere on the court as an NBA player. He is 0 feet away from the basket. Look at those shots. You're 0 feet away from the basket. Why can't you make that? He doesn't belong in the NBA or the G League. Quincy comes in and hits a three, but he's on a two-way contract, and Bronny has a guaranteed 4-year deal. Quincy Oliveri has to grind it out in the G League, but Bronny gets to hang out in the private jets and finest hotels that the team has to offer, right? Just disgusting and disgraceful. Now, I do want to play a soundbite for you guys. The first one that I was originally playing. This is JJ Redick post game. We'll react to it, and then I'll go ahead and open up the phone lines.
All right, let's hear from JJ Redick. He's speaking with Mike in the media.
JJ, you had that big second quarter, and you mentioned it at halftime, Ruiz stretch and then kind of D'Lo, and you went to D'Lo early in the third when things started. It seemed like they went the other way. What was important with him in the offense and kind of stabilizing things tonight?
Yeah, I thought there's a few things there, just half court shot creation, having another ball handler out there. Really wanted to play in the middle of the floor tonight. They have some young guys that really try to pressure you, and didn't feel like playing on the side was good. Didn't feel like playing in the post really was good either, because they flood with that low guy and they're disruptive. Kamara's like Dyson Daniels or some of these other guys we played recently that just kind of get you out of your flow offensively if you are stagnant. So we wanted to just play in the middle of the floor. But I thought Rui in that second quarter was great, and D'Lo just having a big time game. AD was fantastic. And then defensively for us, I thought a number of guys played really well, and Gabe Vincent, Max Christie, Cam. It was a overall a really, really good game for our group.
Along those lines, what's sort of the big picture utility on a night like tonight in terms of, obviously D'Lo hit shots, but before that, it felt like he was doing a lot of little things in terms of organization and stuff like that mattered. You mentioned Cam. He had 4 assists, I think, during the second quarter. What sort of is the challenge to take this stuff that occurred like on a night when LeBron and Austin aren't out there in possessions and figure out ways to fit this in?
Yeah, I think you have to adapt throughout the season with what works for the group and what works for different players. I will say, night to night, LeBron and AD are going to have the ball, and the offense is going to run through them. How we do that has been different at different times throughout the year. The other guys are really good offensive players and really talented, and there's nights where it's their nights, and there's nights where it's not. So some of it is feel, but again, you have to be open to mixing different things in. It's funny because when LeBron was like scratched, I went into my office and I put like 7 ATOs together that obviously didn't involve him. One of which was for Rui, which I don't know if we've called an ATO for him since the preseason, and we executed it. And he scored, and we ended up running that 9 or 10 times, and I think they stopped it once. So just that flexibility, I think, is important.
You told us pregame with no LeBron, you're going to need your team to move, cut, pass, get in transition, and touch the paint every possession. Like, how do you assess that checklist after the game?
Yeah, thought, I don't even know what this. I really thought the AD Rui combo was really great in the 2-man, and that they couldn't stop it. So maybe we didn't need to touch the paint tonight.
Maybe they didn't need to touch the paint tonight. Maybe they're going to run the offense through Anthony Davis all of a sudden. 20 games in, they're going to run it through Anthony Davis and LeBron James, meaning that LeBron James gets on the floor and is going to ignore Anthony Davis at will. That's basically what their season is going to look like. So, and I guess, any game, Bronny James, aka Carlton Banks, can just be in the game as well. Bricking, LeBricky. And, I am going to call him a bum. He's the richest bum stealing contracts from Quincy Oliveri. Stealing his bag. How are you shooting so close to the basket and you can't make a shot in the NBA? 0 points again? Kobe Bryant is rolling over in his grave like 400 times. Every time Bronny takes a shot, this is what he looks like. Praying for the ball to go in. Praying. Like, damn it. It really didn't fall? No, it's not going to fall. It doesn't seem like his shots are falling. Because why? He's not a pro. He's not an NBA player. He doesn't even have the shooting form of a pro. He doesn't have the shooting form of someone who's in college. Maybe he should have spent some more time there. I don't know. Color me surprised. Bronny James is 0 points again in this game. 0 shots made. Still 0% from 3. But Quincy is on the 2-way contract. Make it make sense, guys. This is the guy making decisions for the team. I'm going to go ahead and say that JJ's coaching grade for tonight is a C+. They won the game. They had, a large lead at some point. They wound up winning it by 10 points. Giving Bronny minutes in the game and taking minutes from other players that deserve to be on the floor is shameful. That's why I'm not giving him a B. I don't care that the Lakers are getting blown out. Bronny should be a DMP until he hits a 3-point shot in the G League. He should not be coming up. He should not be recalled just because you're deciding to recall Quincy Oliveri. Quincy can come in the game and hit shots. Bronny cannot. He's proven that he can't shoot. He's proven that he's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's proven that he just wants to play video games and hang out with his girlfriend. When is it going to end, guys? What do you think? Are the Lakers better without LeBron? And what is JJ Coke Fiend's coaching grade tonight? Calling, guys. I'll read some comments in the meantime. Thank you for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice.
Hello?
Hi. Who do we have on the line?
Yes, this is Clayton from New York or from Jersey. I live in both places.
Hey,
How you
Clayton.
doing, Dominique?
I'm good. Shout out to New York and New Jersey, the whole tri-state area.
Yes, appreciate it. Thank you. So, I definitely enjoy your content, and judging, I missed most of the calls tonight because I'm still driving, trying to get home.
Mm-hmm.
But your take on the game and how you graded JJ Redick was spot on. I mean, you were still kind of with a C, but I get by because using Bronny, he should have never been called up. That is correct. That is very true. And, Quincy Oliveira can play both ends of the floor. Yeah, he can play defense, too. He also is a good playmaker. So I don't, for me, for the life of me, I don't know why he's even signed to a two-way deal. But I get it because, of LeBron, who says he has a short foot. The guy who says who has all the IQ can solve everything. They can't solve the problem that his team has gone through. And he doesn't want to retire. And the reason why he doesn't want to retire, because he knows once he retires, the league can't protect him no more of all the allegations he has of, the Balco and beyond that. I don't want to say the other stuff because it's your show. I don't want you to get hurt. But
yeah, I mean, who knows? Look, he might have been at those Diddy parties. They're showing him at these Diddy parties. That's what they're showing him there.
And I'm like, listen, when is JJ gonna show a backbone? But he really can't because Mr. Mind the Game was given a chance by LeBron. So it's like he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Can't really show a backbone and say, LeBron, you need to come off the bench, which I think he should. You're 40 years old, my friend, or at least in the next week or so, you're going to be 40. You can't guard anybody on the floor. You and your son are the perfect match. The only difference is in age. You only can hit threes and run down the lane to bully people because you're still physically strong. I get it, but you still can't shoot a mid-range game. Your free throw is still horrendous. Even at this time, you still shoot 74%. That's terrible. And your son is just, he can't do anything. Can't make shots. He can't stay in front of anybody. I don't think he even has the concept of the game itself. I don't think he knows where he is on the floor at times. And it's shameful that his dad put him in that, but I can't feel bad for him because he is complicit. This is not a kid anymore. He's 19. He's a young man. He signed that contract.
Yeah, Bronny is actually 20 already. And I agree with you 1,000,000%. In my last video about Bronny earlier today, I literally just said, I complimented him because he had more awareness on the floor in his G League game, but he's still he's looking like a fish out of water. He looks scared on the floor. He looks like he's not really sure where to go. And in the NBA game, the larger stage where there's more pressure, and there's definitely more pressure for him to perform and finally, hopefully hit a 3-point shot or any shot at this point, he's crumbling just like his dad. He did get, and I do want to credit Bronny James because I want to credit him for getting a chase down block similar to his dad. Not really a good on-ball defender, but can be a good help defender and come from the weak side. And he's very similar to his dad. If they were the same height, they'd be the same player.
That's that. You might have a point there. And in regards to JJ Redick's interview, when is he not going to get it? You have to get your defense schemes together. These players got to be able to play D. And granted, D'Angelo Russell had a very good game from what I heard, almost 30 points. You said,
yes,
but his defense is atrocious. And he's not an old kid. That man is, what is he, 28?
He's older. He's older.
He's older? Okay.
He's one of the oldest snitches in the league.
I'm like, I don't get it. I'm like, you still can't play decent defense? Give me something decent. He can't do any of that. And Reeves, he's another one. I don't know if he hasn't been playing or whatever because I'm not following.
He's still out injured. So Reeves didn't play this game. LeBron didn't play, and they beat the Blazers by 10 points. It really wasn't close. It was kind of a blowout.
Okay. So look how much they play. Look how much better they play. And I'm like, the proof has always been in the pudding. They can play better without LeBron. And AD, I'm sorry, brother, but this truth needs to be told. You got to grow a backbone and tell LeBron, yo, listen, this ball goes through me, man. You can't do anything no more. You can't guard. You can't do anything. I am the anchor of the defense here. I'm the one that's playing the defense. I'm the one that's getting the rebounds. I'm the one that's getting the key block shots. I'm the one that's putting up the 30 plus a night. Just running through me. The defense always created offense. You and I both know that. Like, I don't know why these players don't get that. Your offense, we all know you can score the ball. That's not the problem with the Lakers. Your problem is you can't stay in front of nobody. You can't even guard up against anybody. That's what they need to work on. I think that once they work on that and really build on their defensive deficiencies, and really erase some of these weaknesses and make them your strengths, you'll probably be better off. I mean, I'm old school, and I still play the game because I love the game, but these guys don't work in their game. That's another problem. Like, if the league really went back to the old school, like I watched your video with the I think was it or either Man Down Sports with Kevin Willis breaking it down. These guys would be average players in the 90s. They'd be average players. He said LeBron would average 19. He was being kind. I think with less. And the reason why I say that is because the mental aspect of the game. Can LeBron withstand playing against a Michael Jordan? Even LeBron at his prime and Michael at his prime. Can you withstand playing against a physical Knicks team? Can you withstand mentally playing against a Detroit?
Hold on, Mel.
He just disappeared. Never returned. So I don't know. From a mental standpoint, this game gets played on the mental level, not just the physical level. LeBron wouldn't last long because he clearly is showed in Cleveland. That's why he went to Miami to learn from who? Dwayne Wade. Never gave him no credit for showing him. Never gave him no credit. That's the guy you call your brother who helped you through all of this. When you was going through the tough times, who was sitting there with you at the interviews? Brother Dwayne Wade. And that's a shame. This guy's a complete narcissist. I don't feel bad for him, at all, because the calm is coming back and it's really showing that you cannot do anything anymore. You're just one athlete. That's it. You're just an athlete. Nothing more. You're not even a player. To me, you're not a player anymore.
Sheesh.
So
you just cooked LeBron. Thank you so much for that cooking, Clayton. You came through. I really appreciate your call tonight. And thank you so much. You have a good night, okay, Clayton?
You too now. Blessings to you and your family.
Thank you so much. Have a safe drive home.
Thank you.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Shout out to Man Down Sports. I have Mel on the line. Talk to me nice, Mel.
What's good, man? How you doing, man? Happy
I'm
holidays.
pretty good. Happy Sunday.
Yeah. So this is the thing that seems to happen, a little often, over since he's been in LA, since LeBron's been in LA, it's been when he missed games, the Lakers really played very good, inspired basketball, and they're not held back by some of the defensive sleep sessions he does on the other end, and then also the offense having to be dictated by him. This is what I want to say about D'Lo, because he get a bad rap so much, and he can't even play his own position because of LeBron. I watched him at Ohio State, trying to figure out. I was watching all the scout report, and I'm looking at D'Lo, and I'm looking at his scout report because I didn't know nothing about this guy, right? But when I was watching his film, what jumped out at the screen, and I don't know if people knew this about him coming in, go back and find his old scout reports, college coming into the draft. He's a very, 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 very gifted passer. Like, very gifted passer. Like, that was his main thing. He wasn't a defender. He wasn't really a shooter. He could score the ball. But as a passer, he was gifted, right? And along the way, he comes into the league and develops a pretty good jump shot, right? Pretty good three-point shot. So people know him as a scorer, but that's not what he's really a pure point guard that can pass just as good as Rondo. Now, he's that good as a passer, right? And he can't even do that. But you see now he got more freedom, and there's no LeBron casting a shadow over him. And he goes out and drops 28, hits threes. I don't know how many assists he had, but it seemed like he was running the offense, and he was running it pretty good. And I like that. And I think the $50 million that LeBron is making this year, if he wasn't on the squad and they had that cap space, and they had some other star they could have got. Maybe, I don't know who they could have got. Maybe a healthy. Well, before Kawhi signed with the Clippers. Let's say if he didn't sign and he was healthy and LeBron was there, he came to LA. Like Kawhi, AD, and D'Lo will be a very good trio.
Can
Very
I tell
good
you
trio.
something, Mel?
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell had 14 assists tonight.
14 assists, you see, you know what I'm saying? So, what people they just fall for these. I don't know, man. I don't know why they think LeBron has to be the one to run the offense. I don't know why people think that Luka has to be the one to run the offense. I don't know why people think that Jokic has to be the one to do it.
It's because
Jamal
they
Murray
want to
is very
protect
capable.
these players. They want to protect them, Mel, just as much as their teams want to protect them. Like the fans want to protect LeBron James probably more than his own family does.
Yeah. But that's all I got from that. I mean, we see this every year. LeBron miss a game, and we see AD take over. We see some other players step up. Rui stepped up. He had over 20 points as well.
But have you seen the way he's been playing alongside LeBron since he yelled at him for not giving him the ball? Like scared,
I haven't
timid.
seen nothing from Rui.
Rui
I haven't
is
seen
not,
nothing.
he's not hitting shots. He's just can't get in rhythm. He's scared. Every day, like it looks like he's scared to shoot the ball. Like, oh, I should have passed it to LeBron. Let me get out of the way so LeBron can get his freebie rebound, and he actually hustles for rebounds. But people can't play their game next to LeBron. And thank you for pointing that out, because every single point guard that LeBron has played with, he's pretty much ruined their career, or even ruined like the end of their career.
Yep.
Really
pretty
sad.
crazy. But
Totally.
all right, just wanted to call and say that, man, you're doing a good job on the show tonight and this week. You've been pushing out a lot of content this week, man. So
thanks so
that's
much,
good
Mel.
stuff, man.
Really appreciate you.
All
Iron
right, man.
sharpens iron. Thank you.
Yep. Peace.
Alrighty. All right, guys. I'll read some more comments, and if we feel like we want to take another phone call, what do you guys think? Let's see where we're at with likes on this stream. Last time I checked, we were at like 94. So I'm just hoping we can get them up. We're up to 113. Can we get to like 200 likes? I think we can do it. Like. Come on, guys. Like the video, share the video. I saw LeBron James jockstrap sniffer in here earlier. I had to block his ass. But, I'm really grateful to be here with you guys live. It's so fun to talk about these Lakers game post game and jump right into the box score analysis and just what happened on the floor. It was really refreshing to see the Lakers play good basketball. It was refreshing to see JJ Redick be able to also coach freely, to be able to coach the right way and put the ball through not D'Lo, but yes, actually run an offense that, requires the point guard to actually do their job, and running that offense through Anthony Davis. There's just no telling where this team could actually go. And I know that they played the Blazers, and that's not a very good sample size. We need to see them play the Celtics. But to Mel's point, and shout out to Man Down Sports, we saw the same thing last season. Does anybody remember when they played the Celtics and won without LeBron James? I think that they were missing LeBron and Anthony Davis that game. But really, what we see when LeBron is not on the floor is we see 5 guys playing defense. We don't see a 4-on-5. We don't see someone taking off defensive possessions and hanging out on one side of the floor waiting for, a long pass. These are the kinds of things that LeBron James does. And it cripples a team. It demoralizes a team when you don't see the leader, the star player, the guy who's calling the shots, the guy who's telling you what to do. When you don't see him defending on the floor, it's deflating. It's demoralizing. How could that make you want to come out and give max effort? This is what JJ Redface says. This is what he says when, they lose games and they lose big. He's making excuses and blaming players for not giving enough effort, but not pointing the finger at the root cause, and that's LeBron James. Caller from Los Angeles, thank you for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice.
Hello, my name is Paul.
Hi, Paul. Nice to hear from you. Is this your first time calling in?
Yes,
How are you doing tonight?
doing good. I really love how you're going at it.
Well, thank you so much. I have two questions for you. So the first question is, do you think that the Lakers play better without LeBron? And the second question is, how would you grade? Like, what would your letter grade be for JJ Redick tonight?
Well, I'm from LA, before the Braun era. Let's say when Braun first came, when we had Lonzo, Ingram, Josh Hart, all those Julius Randle, let's say all those players, let's say they weren't winning, but at least it was fun to watch. Now, when we get LeBron, he trades all of them for AD, and then it's all about winning or not. And it's all about LeBron. So
It's
I
true.
wish we
It's
had
true.
all
It's
those
always about
players.
LeBron. He's a narcissist.
And look at Ingram, high contract, Lonzo, good contract, and Josh Hart playing well with Nick. It was a team game. Now when LeBron joined, it's all about LeBron. And if AD plays well, oh, it's LeBron making AD better. But if AD doesn't play well, it's AD's fault.
Honestly,
Just say.
it's been AD's fault for a while. He's been, carrying this Lakers team since their 2020 title. Since he got there, he's been carrying this Lakers team and not getting the
And
credit. And every time something goes wrong, he's to blame, or anybody's to blame. If it's not Anthony Davis, because last year, I mean, he really balled out, you know, it's just so clear that he's going to get the blame for anything. But the point guard now, usually right now, there's a huge focus on the point guard position and guard roles.
And if you see AD play, he plays well with all the other players. If LeBron plays, it has to be about him and his agenda. And if they don't win, LeBron did well. But if AD wins without LeBron, excuses nonstop. And I really believe Pelinka drafted a lot of players well. It just got tossed away for LeBron's agenda about getting this player, that player, this player, that player. And he even sells out his own guy, the shooting guard that went to Orlando, which won a championship at Denver. If we had him still, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, it's LeBron has had so many pieces and so many players that he gets to hide behind. All of the holes in his game, he's been able to fill those voids with other players. Unlike the true greats like Michael Jordan, and others that actually work on their game season over season and they try to fix those holes. No player is going to be perfect, right? But you continue to try to make yourself better. And one thing I'll give LeBron James credit for is that if you notice, his upper body got a little bit smaller so that he can shoot better. So he's trying to be a better shooter. He just doesn't have the form, and he never really truly improved his shot. So he works on his body, but he doesn't work on his actual game. And that to me,
he doesn't even have the legs too.
Yeah, no, I agree. I hear you.
And every game I watch with the Lakers with LeBron playing, he's always sitting in the corner of the paint, telling other players, "Hey, guard this guy, switch." But when I see AD play, I see a team game where everyone's guarding their man. Defense is better, rebounds better, assist is better. Honestly, yeah, that's what I see.
Everything was better in this game. And, to see D'Angelo Russell with 28 points and 14 assists, it just begs the question, like, why are the Lakers not trying to figure out how to come up off of LeBron's contract? Why does D'Angelo Russell have to be punished? I get it, but the Lakers, they're going to make money and they're going to sell tickets. They're going to sell out arenas with or without LeBron James. That really is
Highly
true.
agree.
So I don't understand why. I don't think it's about money. I think it's about fame. I think it's about being relevant. I think it's about being in the news cycle. Those things are, it tends like it's like the Lakers organization is a tabloid. They're just like the
Highly agree.
Kardashians, keeping up with the Kardashians. It's a reality show. It's more like a sideshow and a clown show, but that's what they're running off of. They're running off of stories, narratives, storylines, this kind of storytelling that's grounded in drama and lies. So if you tell a lie, right, a bunch of times, at some point you're going to believe it. So at some point, even LeBron James himself believes that, he wants to believe that he's the GOAT. He knows it's not true, but he's told this lie so much that he's going to believe it. He wants to believe that he has the highest IQ in basketball. The media and LeBron James himself has told this lie so much that at some point, blind witnesses are going to believe it. People who don't, and the reason why I use the term blind witness is because people are not watching these games. They're going to social media. They're, going on their cell phone and they're looking up highlights. They're watching, the 9.5-minute highlight reel of the game. They're not watching.
Oh, yeah.
They're not watching what actually happens. They don't see LeBron's ugly turnovers. They don't see his horrible shots. They don't see any of that. They don't see him not actually running a play or setting up his team for success.
Highly agree. And they don't show the highlights of him bricking all the 3-pointers and mid range.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
what
People
they
say he's
say
developed
is,
a mid-range and it's god awful. Jokic is a better shooter than LeBron. Jokic looks better shooting the ball, which is a sad reality.
and what they blame is, AD only took 10 shots. He should have taken more shots. Well, if LeBron is taking all the shots, what can AD do?
Exactly. If
when he's
LeBron is
focused on
ignoring
defense?
him, when LeBron is playing the point guard position and ignoring the big man, the guy that can actually, play in the post, the guy that can shoot real mid-range shots, unlike LeBron, the guy that actually can get it done.
Of course.
He wants to
it's,
ignore. He wants to go away from them. He wants to be the hero. It's just a
I
shame.
swear, if AD had Julius Randle, Zubac as a center, and Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, how fun would it have been watching the team?
I think that
But
they would have
when
been
El-
more watchable. So let me tell you, I think they would have been more watchable, but I don't believe in Julius Randle. He played for my Knicks and he was god awful. And, he's going to make the Minnesota Timberwolves a first round knockout. I'm convinced of it. He's a regular season player. Come postseason, he crumbles every time. You'll see.
Yeah, but what was it? All those players, they won't win a championship, but at least I'll have fun watching them playing
You're
as
right.
a team.
You're right. They'll be more
LBJ
entertaining.
makes
Their
it all
team
about
play.
him.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm getting sick of NBA, because it's all about him and his son. But if we had all those other players, it's all about team. That's what I miss about NBA. It's about team, not just jacking up threes. Honestly,
Absolutely.
like when we had Beasley and all those other 3-pointers, they couldn't jack up threes really well because LBJ holds it until the buzzer beater, and then they have to just toss it.
Yeah. I have a question. So the last question, how are you grading JJ Redick tonight? What's his grade?
Honestly, he's a rookie coach. I cannot go above. He's a C today, but I will never go above a B, because he can't go above a B because he's dealing with all these players. He's dealing with LBJ. If it was
Right.
players without LBJ and watch, everyone's playing as a team, I could go as high as a B. But every game is LBJ played is like it's all about him. Let him do what he wants because he's the king. But when he's not playing like today, it's more interesting. Like I could see his coaching being affected.
Yeah. Okay.
So honestly, that's what I believe, and I really like your show because you really hear out and you speak the truth.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you calling tonight, Paul. You can call in anytime. And again, I feel for you as a Laker fan being in LA. You know, you bear the brunt of watching these games where, I get to laugh and rejoice, right? Because whether the Lakers win or lose, it seems I get to have a little fun. So thank you so
Just
much for your call.
one more detail. When Kobe was playing with Smush Parker, Kwame Brown, all these other guys, at least it was still watchable. LBJ with studs, it is not watchable. So, do you see the difference?
Right. No, you're right. You're right. Kobe Bryant, just seeing him on the court doing everything that it takes to make sure that he plays so that his fans can watch him. We're never going to get that ever again. We're never going to get that level of dedication and commitment to the game and to the fans and the respect for the game and the love for the game. We're just not going to see that again.
Yeah, he played with
So,
Smush Parker, who was out of the league, even talked smack about Kobe. Kwame Brown, who said biggest bust, and all the other role players that they got for minimum. At least Kobe was teaching them, and they got their contract. LBJ is saying, "This is your final contract. Play your heart out, and I'm going to destroy you." They never exist after.
yeah,
That's why the game seems so boring. It's just one and done.
just trash. But thank you so much for your call, Paul. Happy Sunday to you. I appreciate you. And I hope to catch you on the next live as well.
Thank you so much. If I don't like or subscribe, it's because my wife and daughter check the phone. That's why I don't like or describe anyone except my daughter and my wife.
Alrighty, Paul.
YouTube.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you
Have
so
a good
much.
night. Caller from Houston, Texas. Thank you for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice.
Oh dang, yo, what's up? I'm watching the show live right now. Yeah, I'll pause it. How's it going? My name's Edward. Yeah, I'm a big Lakers fan, and I can't believe that they got Bronny and Bronny's not playing. So well, what do you think about him just being on the team because of his dad?
I love to hear from Laker fans. I always feel for you guys because I feel like Laker fans are in the same position that I used to be in as a Knicks fan when my team was virtually unwatchable. It was really bad for us Knicks fans, and it went on for years. I mean, pretty much, yeah, I would say after 2000, 2002, they damn near became unwatchable. And it
Yeah.
just got really bad for us. So, I didn't quite have a circus on my team. I didn't have a reality show of clowns pretending to be goats on my team, not making the playoffs and doing all that. I didn't have that problem, but I can relate. I can relate to, my team not being watchable. And, for you and for Laker fans, I just feel bad because you guys are coming off of having Kobe Bryant as your star player, one of the best players to ever play this game. The person that is, probably just one of the greatest players that we've ever seen since Michael Jordan. So, to see LeBron stinking it up in the Staples Center turned Crypto Center, to see him coming out with his bum son, snatching contracts from well-deserved players. It's literally disgraceful. The fact that Jeannie Buss would stand on this kind of business is It's shameful. And I know that she's not really speaking out that much. And I just don't believe that she truly in her heart supports this. And
Yeah.
I think she's just stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and she's just waiting for LeBron to retire.
Yeah, I feel like LeBron's had way too much greatness to have excuses. He has so many Hall of Famers around him. He even played with Shaq. But I was gonna say, like, man, a lot of people are using Bronny right now to, like, kind of like clickbait. Not saying you are, but just like a bunch of people.
No, it's
I know
okay.
he's
And
like the talk of
I
Tom.
want to address that. I can just lean right into the clickbait comment, and I can tell you that the reason why content creators are making so much content about Bronny is because that's what the algorithm dictates. That's what people actually are clicking on and want to listen to. That's
Yeah,
what they want to discuss. It's disgusting because we follow the mainstream media. So whatever the
yeah,
mainstream media is reporting about, whatever's trending in current events, that's what we unfortunately have to go ahead and talk about. If you think that I
no
want to
worries.
talk about a bum that can't shoot from anywhere on the floor, that doesn't
Yeah,
really make me happy. I have a list of players that I absolutely love: John Morant, Paolo Banchero, Steph Curry.
yeah,
There's guys that I'd rather and much rather prefer to speak on, but Bronny James, LeBron James, this horrible father-son duo, this is what's
yeah,
trending. This is the current event, unfortunately, that content creators, we're basically forced to talk about it, and our hands are tied.
yeah. It's really polarizing. That's why people like it. But I was gonna say before I don't know how much time I have. If I was Bronny, I don't know. Like I have a son. He's like I'm the third, so he's the fourth basically.
Mhm.
And I seen this comment and I can't think of it. Like I can't stop thinking about it. Like if I was Bronny, I wouldn't have changed my name. I would have just been like, look, I'm LeBron James Jr. I'm aware 23 and I'm here because of my dad. I feel like if he just said that in every interview, people would respect him so much more if he just lean into
So
the
much
nepotism.
more. So much
Yeah,
more.
like just lean into it. Just be like, you know what, I'm only here because of my dad. People wouldn't be able to use
That's
that as
it.
like a negative comment,
That's it. I'm here
It's
because
like,
of my dad. I want to work really hard to prove myself
yeah,
and earn my spot.
because everyone else has their like Scottie
Yeah,
Pippen Jr. That's his dad, right? Even Steph
exactly.
has the same name as his dad. I feel like people wouldn't look at it as
But
such
they're
a like
not
weird
getting
thing.
criticized because why? Because their fathers didn't come out saying that their sons were better than half of the league, that their
Oh yeah,
sons
no,
were
that was
better than their
crazy.
own teammates.
Yeah, yeah, no, that
So
was
LeBron did
really
this. It was his
disrespectful.
fault. The whole lightweight hilarious tweet, those things, that's what got LeBron and Bronny James into this mess.
What do you
And
think about like clutch sports? Like I've been hearing people say that like I don't know how big they are, but that they're the reason. Like I don't know, like not really he's in there, but people talk about him so much. Like not you, but like ESPN media is like so highly about Bronny or being paid to talk about him. Do you think clutch sports is like paying people to talk about him?
absolutely, we call it in the YouTube streets, we call it the La Media. So it's a
Oh
machine.
wow,
So LeBron James actually owns a media company. And I don't know if you know
wow,
this,
yeah,
but last year it lost $30 million. So that should tell you
mm,
right there how much money they're spending on marketing, how much money they're spending to control narratives. Your media
do you think?
company loses $30
Yeah,
million. How could that be? You're paying, he's got a payola trail. They're
yeah.
paying media members for narratives. They're paying people to say things.
Do you think LeBron's going to try and get Bryce in the league and then retire, or do you think it's just going so bad right now that he's just going to probably call it quits?
I think that LeBron James doesn't need to be in the NBA to force his son Bryce into the league. So he can still
Oh
retire
wow,
beforehand and still force Bryce into the league, whether he's a part of ownership, whether he's forcing the hand of another owner, or another just any, like, there's a variety of ways that this can happen. I mean, even if he retires, LeBron James still he's going to have ups on people.
yeah,
He's
for
going to have
sure.
one up on a variety of owners because Clutch Sports has over $1 billion of contracts. So he
Yeah,
can
yeah,
tell a team, he can tell Adam Silver, hey, I'm going to do this if you guys don't do that.
Wow.
You don't put my son in the league, you're not going to get this player to go here. Or I'm going to make sure that this player, demands a trade and goes here.
Yeah. Dang, yeah. I didn't think he would have so much pull. I know on Instagram he's got like 3 times as many followers as the NBA. So I don't get it. I don't really see the skill factor. I know I just think he's physically dominant. I don't think when he first came to the league, it was just dunk, dunk, dunk. But he wouldn't even want to do like a dunk contest. And then now it's like he kind of gets a shot. But I don't know. I feel like he's had everything. He gets to go to any team he wants, get every player he wants. I don't know. I just think it's crazy that people think he's like the best player ever. He's really good, but there's so many more people that are just like great shooters, great dribblers, great passers. And I'm not saying he's like not good, but I think, it's just him not being injured, taking care of his body. It's like physical dominance. I don't really think he's like that skilled per se,
Yeah, no, I'm with you. You had a lot of really great comments. And what was your name?
Edward. Yeah,
Edward.
I make music. Eddie Boy. Put me on the Eddie EDDIEBOOYY. Everybody go listen to my instrumentals on all platforms. Go tap in.
Yes, amazing. Put it in the comments and I'll check it out as well. Thank you so much for your call.
Thanks.
I'm going to read some super chats and then I'm going to go ahead and close out the show. So thank you so much for calling. I really appreciate you. And I hope to catch you on the next live.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Bye-bye. Looks like we had one more caller, actually. I want to make sure that this person's voice is heard. Caller from Washington. Caller from Washington. Thank you for calling Sports Tea. This is Dominique. Talk to me nice.
Okay, my voice went out. Hold on. Let me turn it off. Okay, my voice went out. I had a little debate against 5 Lebumians earlier. Cooked the shit out of.
Okay, so I need you to make this call a minute or less. So for you, do the Lakers play better without LeBron James? And what's JJ Redick's coaching grade?
Yes, they play better without LeBron James. First of all, you want AD been actually to be a power forward for the past, 5, since he's been there? So let him play power forward. We've seen him average 34 and 12 and be on MVP little stretches of games looking like with his 5 games here and street clothes and then 5, 6 games there. But we've seen it at the power forward position. Now, why can't he play power forward? Because LeBron's old ass is playing power forward. LeBron is not rebounding like AD is. He's not protecting the rim like AD is. He can't guard a rubber stamp. So look, this is how it goes, fam. Now, LeBron's playing power forward on defense, can't guard nobody. But on offense, what is he playing? Point guard, right? Mm-hmm. How many other point guards are out there with his ass? 2 more and Reeves and D'Lo. They're not 2s. They're 1s. You just can't put them at the 1 because you still think the old man still got it, but he don't. He never had it. All this stuff is fakely orchestrated, fam. Listen, this is what y'all not getting, fam. This is what y'all not getting, okay? Y'all, this is crazy. Cause think about what he did, fam. He's never been what? Traded, correct? So right. Every time he got one of them championships, it was because he left his family doing bad and went and started a whole new guy. It's Sunday, I ain't gonna curse. Went and started a whole damn family. Another family, fam. No, fam. Jordan, you know what I'm saying? He worked hard. See, that's the difference between us and these Lebumians, fam. I'm old school, fam. I'm 43 years old. I just cooked 4 or 5 Lebumians one V5 on a show to where in front of my mama pulled up in the chat, fam. You feel me? And they thought they was gonna cook me. Now look, It's just common sense, man. This is what they don't get. If the team is able to get equal value for him, then they wouldn't be as good if they had to trade for him. But no, he just left them high and dry. That's why dude in Cleveland was mad as hell burning jerseys. Well, I said I ain't gonna just add. It's Sunday, okay? You're costing people jobs, you're costing people money, man. But you're making a lot of money though. Lebonian. Okay, so check it out.
Lebumian. I just can't. You're
That is
awesome.
my word.
So,
I copyrighted it.
okay,
If
so
you use
just
it,
to
I will
close
too.
out.
Now look, check it out.
Just to close out, what's JJ Redick's coaching grade?
You said what?
Real quick, what are you giving JJ Redick as a grade tonight?
I didn't see all the games tonight. I had the show, remember?
That's
so
right.
Look, but I'm gonna tell you one thing about JJ Redick. I don't know about the allegations and none of that. I'm gonna keep it basketball. Feel? JJ Redick ain't been able to coach since the first game LeBron had a triple-double. That's when he was screaming at Rui about shooting a damn three. Rui ain't shot the ball since yet. Rui was shooting 60-something% for threes. LeBron started messing with him, and next thing you know, he can't shoot no more. But he can still shoot. He's still shooting a decent percent, I think. I ain't seen the past 2 games. We know LeBron was shooting like dog crap. But when he's 0% for like 5 games in a row, he was 0 for 19, remember? Like, what's going on here, man? So, JJ Redick, since LeBron had that first triple-double, ain't been able to coach. You don't see them going to AD early and late like they did, because LeBron know damn well when they would start talking about them AD got MVP, can get MVPs and all that. LeBron like, oh, hell no. Give me something. We're going back to my offense. Oh, we're going to start losing. Then I'm going to crest the light. We're going to have some rumors about us getting this person and that person and this person and that person. We might make a trade.
You
We
are
might not.
really funny. But I want to thank you for calling tonight. Really
Okay.
great call, great commentary. I
Tell
really
Mel I
appreciate
said what's up
you.
and be your man down.
Absolutely. Shout out to Mel. Shout out to Man Down Sports.
All right, am I crazy 38? I'm out of the building, fam.
I appreciate you. Am I crazy? I'm going to save your
All
number,
right,
okay?
see you, shawty.
Call in next time.
100.
All righty. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I'm going to get to the super chats and then we're going to close out. So I want to first thank Nick T for the $2 super chat. So what happened with D'Lo in Minnesota? Look, I don't have much respect for D'Angelo Russell. Like what someone did in college versus what they actually produce in the pros, it's a lot different. And how a player changes, what D'Angelo Russell faced coming out of college and then coming into the pros, he got caught up in being a snitch. And so I just think that severely impacted his play. Being a snitch is a big deal. Being known for being a snitch in the NBA is not good. So I can't imagine that he has any respect of, his teammates, etc. Get the F out of here. D'Lo couldn't even fit in Golden State. Okay, I hear you. I mean, look, he was a young player. He has developed some in this league as a pro. And look, he came up big tonight in this game. So we have to give him credit for what he did tonight. And I know he did it against the worst team in the NBA, but he came up big tonight. And as a team, the Lakers played better without LeBron. The Lakers almost lost to the Utah Jazz, who are also a pretty bad team. So the Lakers, they're not above losing to a bad team. They're just not. They can lose at will. They can be had at any time by any team. I also want to shout out Uncommon Sense. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. This is the most ridiculous NBA season to date. LeBron James, Adam Silver, and Jeannie Buss have made a mockery of sports and competition. Absolutely. The fact that we now believe somehow that talent and athletic success is something that you can inherit is completely disgusting. They have ruined the integrity of the sport, the integrity of the league, and they should be ashamed of themselves. Completely ashamed. This is disgraceful. So shout out to Uncommon Sense, guys. If you can do me a favor and check out Uncommon Sense channel, I'm sure you're probably already aware of it. He makes incredible content and just has some really amazing takes. So he's one of the channels I listen to and I thoroughly enjoy it. So you guys head over there and check him out as well. I just want to shout you guys out for being here with me tonight. I really do. I had such an amazing night. Happy Sunday to you all. And I'm just going to, leave you guys with this.
Those black jobs, one of those black jobs, those black jobs, one of those black jobs, those black jobs, one of those black jobs. Gonna tell them that the job might be one of those black jobs.
I'm here to do my black job. I'm here to do my black job.
Those black jobs, one of those black jobs. Gonna tell them that the job might be one of those black jobs. Those black jobs.
Oh, I just love it here so much. But thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. It was a blast. I had a pleasure chatting with all of you guys and the callers. So really appreciate you all. Have a wonderful night. Get some rest, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Like, share, subscribe.